Hey everybody, it's me Stacy here at Scrapbooking Made Simple, scrapbookingmadesimple.com. Hello, and welcome to today's Make It Monday class, where I bring you one bundle that is valued like, oh my gosh, value, but it's a teeny weeny little itty bitty price to you. Today's bundle has a value of $98, but your price for everything that comes in that bundle, $19.99. I know, wahoo kachoo. But before we get there, it is Memorial Day, and I do want to say, I want to send blessings, and I want to say thank you. One to all those who were in the service, who did pay the ultimate price, who gave their lives for their country. I want to send out blessings and thoughts and prayers to the family members who were left behind once that service member was no longer with us, did pay that ultimate price. It's you who I really want to say thank you to, because you're the ones who are left behind without your mom or your dad or your grandparents or your aunt or your uncle or your cousins or your siblings or your best friend. You're the one who's left behind. So we are very grateful. We are grateful that the service, our service people, will stand there to protect us. And we just want to say thank you to those who were left behind. Anyway, it is Memorial Day, and to not recognize that and honor that would not be okay with me. So, with that said, I do have a Make It Monday for you today, and it is a fabulous Make It Monday. It is from Hero Arts. This will be the last Make It Monday for about a month, not because we're not going to have them. I will still be here every Monday with you, but starting next Monday, June 2nd, it is the warehouse sale. But then that's a whole nother video. But instead of doing our Make It Mondays at 6 p.m. sunny California time, that would be 8 p.m. Central, 9 p.m. Eastern. For the entire month of June, every Monday, I will be bringing you new and different manufacturers and more products to the warehouse sale, where you'll be able to save up to 90% on some of your most favorite manufacturers. So today it is about Hero Arts. And it's Christmas. I know, you're like, Stacy, it's not even June or July yet. I know. But when a bundle has to go, it has to go. And when you have something that has a retail value of $98 for just $19.99, chock full of Hero Arts goodness, well, you don't say no to that. You say, Christmas it's a feeling. You can have it all year round. There are some of you who have little Christmas trees up all year round. I will say that I have not been able to take the Christmas lights down from our house yet. No, I'm gonna have to get the boys to help me take the Christmas lights down. Not that we turn them on, trust me, but they're not the stringy ones. So there's just little bulbs, but I really do need to get up there and get them down. But you know what? I'm gonna be 57 years old, and oh my gosh, the thought of climbing up a ladder. All right, so today I walk you through the Hero Arts bundle for Christmas. What are we calling it? It's the Hero Arts Make It Monday Holiday Project Bundle. And it is just chock full of goodness. I'm gonna walk you through it, and then we're gonna do a quick make. In fact, I'm scrap lifting from SMS girl Elena today. And then at the end, I'll show you some fabulous samples. This bundle is available right now it's in store. You can come get it in our retail store, or you can shop online at scrapbookingmadesimple.com. Look in the Make It Monday category, and you will see not only this bundle, but perhaps past bundles that have yet to sell out. So it's possible that you might find one or two more that you love, 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 but it's also possible that this one could be sold out by the time you see this video. We only get so many of these in, and when they are sold out, they're sold out unless somebody cancels an order. So, how about $98 worth of Hero Arts for just $19.99? Let's tilt down, let's see what's in our bundle, and then let's make something, shall we? Hey everybody, it's me, Stacy. Scrapbooking Made Simple, scrapbookingmadesimple.com. with an exciting Make It Monday today, and then the warehouse sale starting next week. All right, down we go. All right, let me zoom on in. And zoom on in and down. And let's see, is that pretty good? I think that's pretty good. All right, so what have I got in this bundle? A lot. So first off, white, 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 white. I've got 4 mediums all in white. I've got cute little candies, peppermint candies that can be used for a shaker. I have got envelopes. I have got card bases. I have got a die set. I have got cardstock. I have got the stamp set that the dies go with. So you're getting a full stamp and die set. And these, let's see. So you've got a die to go, I think, for everything. I think you have a die for absolutely everything, and including the words. So the stamp and die set. And then I have got vellum stickers for you. Beautiful vellum stickers. I've got a stencil for you. I mean, this is just absolutely chock full. So your card bases, your envelopes, your white on white medium, your, let's see if let me figure out a good way to lay this out. So we've got all of your cardstock, which of course you can cut into card bases if you wanted. You can score these and use these for card bases. And this feels like 100 pound, ooh, nice, 100 pound paper. So I've got that. I've got your pretty vellum stickers. I've got your stencil. Oh, we'll go there, we'll go there, we'll go there. I've got your stamp and die set from Hero Arts. I've got your shaker bits, your little peppermint candies. And then I have got a glitter paste, a glitter gel that you can use to add sparkle to everything. I have got, and that is full, put that through that stencil and yummy. I have got a white mist that's super thick. It's an acrylic spray. It's an opaque white to give you that snowfall look. I have got white embossing powder, and I've got the Hero Hues Unicorn White Pigment-Based Ink. So this is all yours for, it's $98 worth of goodness for 20 bucks. And that is an amazing bundle. Oh, and of course the cards and the envelopes. It really is an amazing bundle. So we're gonna play a little bit today. And like I said, I'm gonna scrap lift. So the bundle price, $98, yours for $19.99. And I'm gonna scrap lift from Elena just a little itty bitty tiny whiny bit, just a little bit. So I'm gonna put these to the side. Now these are vellum, just so you can see them. They're vellum stickers. And you get a ton in here. So I'm gonna put them on just some white, just so you, where's a card base? They really are absolutely beautiful. So I get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 10 cards. Of course, you can then fold this in half and make a card base out of that as well. But 10 card bases, and the vellum stickers, just so you see what they are. Oh, I see what she did. Elena, you're so clever. Look at all of these. So you've got fabulous shapes and poinsettias and holly and pine cones. Look at the little gingerbread houses. Aren't they beautiful? You've got beautiful backgrounds and pines, and then you've got where you can cut individual little pieces out, and all done out of vellum, so that when you put them down, they really do look something wonderful. I wasn't gonna do this, isn't what I'm making, but so the cards are tent fold. Just need to take a little bit off the So the cards are a tent fold card. Okay, I've got my mat done. And then I think these are just lovely. Do I want it up there? And this one down here? See, I shouldn't have started. This isn't what I was supposed to be doing. Holly berries. So this is a sticker. And it's a vellum sticker. Let's see if I can get it off. Come on. There we go. Off and cut off. See, look at how pretty is that, right? Isn't that beautiful? It's absolutely beautiful. And then maybe I put that one there. All right, well, so I'm making 2 cards today, but you needed to see these beautiful vellum stickers. And I think I'll cut off here, and I'll cut off here. Look at how gorgeous that looks. Oh yes, please, thank you, I agree. These are the stickers that are in the kit, and there are so many. Full sheets that you can then cut up and use. But then individual pieces, my goodness, you could just make the most beautiful cards just using the stickers. Okay, so I'm going to put those aside. And I think I'm going to mat this really quickly. And then I'm going to do some stamping as well. That's a pretty card. And 20 bucks. That's the cost of admission. We don't sell anything open stock on our Make It Mondays. It's the bundle or not. And I know it's early for Christmas. I know. But the whole month of June we'll be doing warehouse sale. And this, you know, when it's gotta go, it's gotta go. And you can have the Christmas spirit all year round. These would be great to pick a few of these up and then have your friends over. And once a month, and every month they come over and they bring their little Hero Arts kit and they make more cards with it. So by the end of come October, November, they've got a whole bunch of cards ready to go. Now I'm gonna not be using the dies today. I'm gonna put those to the side, but I am gonna be using the stamps, and I am gonna be using the Hero Arts, the white. So I'm gonna use it on, maybe I do red. Or do I wanna make that into my card base? Maybe I make my red my A2 card base. Just by folding it in half and scoring it, I've now made a card base. Now you might have a scoring tool, that would be better, but I just went for it. I just went for it. And then maybe we'll try it on, should we try it on the, or should I do it in black? Well, we can give it a whirl and see what happens. So my classes are not pre-done. Nothing's pre-made. We just kind of go for it, and I kind of fly by the seat of my pants. And we get what we get. So I'm going to trim this down, and that way now I've even made more cards. So they give you the white card bases, but I wanted a red card. So I took that red cardstock, which is half of an 8.5 by 11. So here's the full 8.5 by 11. They've cut it in half, score it, and now you've got your A2 size card base. Okay, I'm good to go. Now I'm going to grab some of my stamps, and I'm going to bring over my stencil and stamp tool from Sizzix, and we are going to stamp. Yes, that one's too big. This is the one. So I'm going to grab some of my stamps. I'm going to open up my stencil and stamp tool. It is made as a stencil alignment tool or a stamp positioner. The lid comes on and off super easy. If I'm using it as a stencil alignment tool, I need to take the lid off. If I'm using it as a stamp positioner, I leave the lid on. There's two sides to the lid. You've got one with a grid and one with a smooth side. That smooth side is where you pick up your stamps. I've got my paper. I'm going to put it down. And I'm going to grab some of my stamps, and I'm just going to make a collage. So I'm going to make a collage right on. So let's see what I can do. I'm going to go maybe here, and maybe here. And then maybe here. And then above it right here. And I'm just going to lay them all down where I want them. And then maybe here. And then I've got this one here. And then that one looks too small. Maybe that one there. And maybe that there. And there's my collage. Yeah. Okay, I think that'll work. So I'm just going to line everything up. So I've got my sticky grid down, which means my paper is stuck to my sticky grid. I'm going to close my lid up and pick up my stamps. There we go. So my paper stayed because it's on sticky grid. My stamps have pulled up and they're in place. And now I can take that white Hero Hues pigment and I can come in and I can ink all my stamps. So this is a pigment-based ink. So I could emboss over the top of it if I wanted to, throw the white embossing powder down. And let's see what we get. So I'm going to give a good press. And I'm going to lift up. And I'm going to see where I didn't get enough of an impression, and I can put it back down. And if I want, I can come back in and ink up again because it will line right back up. So if I want to make sure I've got a nice white oh, that looks good. Look at how nice and white that is. See, and I can just keep going. I can put the next card base down, or the next mat down, and the next mat down, and the next mat down. As long as I don't move my stamps, I can just do as many of these card fronts as I want. All right, let's pull it up because I'm not going to stamp anymore. And while I'm here, So I can trim my mat down later, but I'm here, so I might as well do it in black too. The ink is water soluble, and it goes a long way. Now I can lift up and see, oh, see, look at how good is that on the black, right? That's a winner chicken dinner on the black. Put it down. Right there, it's that little area right here. I don't know if I just didn't get enough ink there, but because I've got my stamp positioner, I can go back and forth as many times as I need, as long as I don't move my stamps and I don't move my paper. Perfect. All right, I'm gonna pull this one off and I'm gonna let this one sit too. So it is pigment-based ink. Now I'm just gonna put this black one down just because I haven't taken my stamps off of my stencil and stamp tool yet. I'm just gonna let it sit there. So I've got two of them to play with actually. Look at how pretty is that. And then this one here, this can go on the red. And we'll need to trim this one out. Now it is pigment-based ink, so it does take it a second to dry. If you want to hit it with a quick heat tool, pigment-based ink sits on top of the paper. It doesn't necessarily absorb in like a dye-based ink. And see, if I do that, first you're going to get that amazing white, but it's also going to smear. See, a dye-based ink wouldn't do that, but you can't get a dye-based ink in white to look like this. You just can't. It just doesn't happen. So I'm going to try and trim this down a little bit, and we're going to freehand it like I always do. And then we will figure out what we're going to mat it on. Make another piece of my red, fold it in half. Boy, am I close. I just need to trim it down just a hair. That was really good, even if I say so myself. I might stamp on that. I'm not going to throw that away yet. I may stamp on that. Just trim it down just a hair a bit more. That's like a bwahahaha. I think after all these years, I just have a good feeling of what an A2 size card is. Okay, so now we have a black one on the red, and we have the craft on the red. So a little more vintage, a little bit more modern. And then we have this liquid. Now you do hear the ball in it because it is an acrylic base. So you can spray. Let's see if I can get it to spray. So it's going to spray kind of not necessarily even. I just stuck my finger in that one. Not necessarily even. And the further back you go, the more spread out and finer your spray will be. You also can open it because it is thick, and you can use it to just do drops. It's up to you. It's a great little acrylic. I will tell you, when you are done using it, you will want to turn it upside down and spray to clear the nozzle. If you don't clear the nozzle, it may end up clogging. So you definitely want to clear that nozzle. Now I can take I don't know, I'm way back here. Oh, that's a lot of spray. Oh, that's a lot of spray on that one. I think I might just like it better with some drips. Or maybe I should have left it alone. There's always that too. You just never know when I'm going to go one step too far. All right, I'm just going to let these dry. Give them a chance. And again, if I really want to, I can come in, heat tool them. Just give them a second to dry. 1 and 2. Now I need a sentiment, right? I need sentiments. Oh, look, it's already dry on my craft mat. Already dry on my craft mat. So what are we going to do about sentiments? Well, I've got those in that stamp set as well. So we want Merry Christmas, Peace on Earth, Happy Holidays, and I've got this back piece of this black, or I could do it on the red. Cut me a little bit of the red off. Yeah, red. Bring back over my positioner. Just in case I don't like it with my splatters. I mean, they were still there, right? So I can because, well, I just did. So I'm gonna let that one sit off to the side. Now I'm gonna take these off. And the ink is water soluble, so I can use a baby wipe to clean them all off. And I'm going want to let them sit on these baby wipes for a few minutes, just to kind of get them cleaned off and clean the top. So they will clean right up with a baby wipe. Or whatever it is you use to clean your clear stamps. Don't use something solvent based, but they will clean right up with a baby wipe. So I'm going to let those sit and keep getting wet, because that'll clean them up even faster. And I'm going to bring over my red paper, and let's do Happy Holidays. Peace on Earth. And Merry Christmas. And we'll pick them up. Oh, don't pull my paper with it. Let's get my paper down there. Okay, there we go. And let's ink them with our white. You could use gold. You could use black. I'm going to do another coat. It's there. I want it a little bit darker. So as long as I don't move my paper and as long as I don't move my stamps, I can come in. Oh yeah, look at that. Put a piece of black paper there just because I'm not pulling them out yet. And I'm going to grab that embossing powder. So my white ink is a pigment-based ink, so it's going to stay wet long enough for me to drop on white embossing powder. Now, stamping with white first always gives white embossing powder a little extra help. You can absolutely stamp with a stamping medium like a WOW embossing pad, but when you're doing white, stamping in white sometimes gives it that little extra help. Okay, so I'm gonna heat set those because now I've thrown a powder on top of a piece of paper. And if I don't heat set, it's just going to remain a powder and it'll be able to wipe right off my paper. That's not what we want. The ink that I put down is not going to adhere it to anything. It keeps it wet long enough for me to be able to add my heat. And then as it gets brighter, I know that it's done. So now this is way brighter than that. This hasn't been heat set yet. This has. Big difference. So this is not a paint stripper, but it's also not like a blow dryer. This is a WOW heat tool. And it allows me to take that powder and make it into a solid. And as soon as my paper is cool to the touch, So is my embossing. So you're just taking what is a plastic substrate, a powder that's a plastic, and you're heating it hot enough to melt all that into a solid, giving you that formal embossed feel, like if you were using or you received a fine invitation. So I've got 3 of these. I could die cut them out because I have the coordinating dies, but I think I'm just gonna mat them. Two. All right, so I've got 3 of them. And I think I'll mat 2 of them on black. So let's tape that on down. So if you want to make quick and easy cards, this is a fast way to get your Christmas cards done, by making a collage and then doing all your stamping, because once they're down on that stencil and stamp tool, you don't move them until you're done doing all your card fronts. Or if you're making maybe cute little mini albums for somebody, there's one. So maybe that one for there. And oh, maybe that one for there. I think this one for there. And then let's do another one. And I'm just using the scraps from my leftover paper to make my mats. I think that for that one. And then Merry Christmas. Maybe I'll use a little bit of white for Merry Christmas. Or maybe, maybe I'll use a little bit of my craft color. And let's mount this one. So you get all the card bases already, but I decided I wanted to have red card bases, so I made my own out of the paper that they gave me. But you do get 10 white card bases and 10 white envelopes. So that puts this one here. That puts this one here. And that puts this one here. Let's mount. And I still have this one because I wasn't sure whether I was gonna love the splatter or not, but I'm gonna go for the splatter. Why not? So let's get these down. Oh, Stacy, smear. Still not, my splatter's still not quite dry. But we'll just fix it. I wonder if I should hit it with just a little bit of heat. Okay, let's put it down. You would do a better job taping than I am doing. Yeah, see, my splatter's still not quite dry. But I'm a go for it kind of girl. Now I'm just gonna put that right over the top of it so nobody gonna see. Nobody gonna see that. Oh, and let's use foam tape. We'll pop it. A little bit of foam tape. So I smudged a little bit right there. You see that smudge right there? We're just gonna make it disappear. Just like that. One done. I love this foam tape. This foam tape is by Gigi. Jeje. I'll see if we have any left. If we do, we'll put it in the Make It Monday. 2. Done. Using the beautiful stickers. Three done. Bing, bang, boom. Zoop, pull that off. Zoop, just pull it off. And I've got 1. I've got 2. I've got 3. Oh, yes, I do. And I got a 4th one right here that I could do. All I gotta do is trim it out and put it down. Done and dusted. So this is this week's Make It Monday kit. It is just chock full of stuff from Hero Arts. It has the glitter paste that I didn't even use. It has the white embossing powder we used. It has the white ink, pigment ink we used. It has the white acrylic spray we used. It has the stamp and stencil, or I'm sorry, the stamp and die set. where everything you get has a, look at that, it all has a die ready to go to die cut all these little frames out, to die cut the words out. It gives you so much paper to play with. Whether you decide to make these into card bases or you chop them up like I've been doing and using them as mats, because you get 10 card bases and 10 envelopes to go with. And you get the stencil. So if you want to use that fun paste through the stencil, have at it. You'll have these fabulous little Christmas trees in a glitter, but then you can take that paste and you can just paint it on, and it gives you the little embellishments for a shaker should you want to do a shaker, and then a ton of beautiful vellum stickers. A ton of beautiful vellum stickers. It's $98 worth of product for $19.99. All of that fits in this great little kit that will be on its way to you come tomorrow, as potentially as early as tomorrow. We'll start shipping these. And for 20 bucks. Get a few of them, have your friends over, give each one of them a kit, and then for the next couple months, every time they come over, you make Christmas cards. This one done with those stickers, those vellum stickers. They're beautiful, right? It's all up to you. What makes your heart happy? From Hero Arts for $20, that is a wow. That is definitely a wow. All right, so I've got samples that Elena did. Let me show you those. So here, she used the stencil and she colored on top of she put the paste down, and then she came back and she colored each individual row with an ink over the paste, and she made a shaker. She used the stamp, she used the die to get the little label. So a shaker out of one of them. Here, all she used was the stickers, the vellum stickers, and that spray to give the wintry look. Oh no, this is the one she did, and this is the one I did. Told you I scrap lifted. Here, 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 here. Hers, mine. So this one is just using those beautiful stickers, the vellum stickers. Here she did a collage, and she did it on ivory paper. And she mixed in some of the words, and she's got the little ticket with Christmas on it. Yes, you get this little die. You get a die for this shape and a die for this shape. This die right here actually fits this shape. And here, look at how pretty. That's a stamp. That's in that stamp set. She made a little belly band. Here's the sticker. And she did a gatefold. That's the sticker. She made a belly band using that Christmas tree. It's on that stamp set. And here, this background piece here is one of the stickers. It's that piece right there. And then she used the sticker here. She stamped and die cut out Peace on Earth. She used the texture paste and the stencil on the back. So that glittery texture paste and the stencil, the Hero Art stencil on the back. And then she did a layout. So you've got the stickers. You've got 'Tis the Season, again, with one of the frames. So the frames you can use with anything. The frames have got those little notches on the corner, really nice. She used the paper to make your mats for your layouts, and she's got the stickers here and the stickers here. Just a really lovely layout. You could probably do easily 12 layouts with everything you get without much problem. Really pretty layout. So just a little bit of everything. It's Christmas aplenty from Hero Arts, where it's all so very pretty. We just did a little bit of everything. And how many cards can you make with one kit? I couldn't even tell you. So many. So many. The little belly band for this one. All right, you guys, that's today's Make It Monday. And it is the last Make It Monday for a little while. Well, the last regular Make It Monday for just a little while, because starting in June, we're on to the warehouse sale. So every week I'll be here talking with you, showing you product from different manufacturers. Each week we launch a new manufacturer. We're gonna do it a little different this year. Every time we grow, we learn. Not only are we gonna have categories under the warehouse sale for $1, $2, $5, $10, we're also going to try and do week 1, week 2, week 3, week 4, week 5. So that way, if you only want to see what's in week 2, because you've seen everything in week 1, you can go to week 2. We're going to try. We're going to do our best. Remember that it's Elena and I and Michael Jr. who handle all of this. We don't have people. We are the people. We load the product. We do the graphics, the images. Michael's been taking pictures for years, what seems like years, because a lot of the product, the images were no longer available anymore. So the warehouse sale is something spectacular. Starts next week. And then we'll be back with our regular Make It Mondays in July. So if you loved what Hero Arts has for you, if you love this bundle, if you think this is a smoking hot deal for $20, I agree. Do not wait to get it. When they are gone, they are gone. All right, you guys, it's me, Stacy, Scrapbooking Made Simple, scrapbookingmadesimple.com. I will see you tomorrow, Tuesday, for our next In the Studio with Stacy class, where I pair fine art products and paper crafting products, and we do make magic happen. Until then, I'll see you. Bye, everybody.